good? Cool. We're in. Welcome in, everybody, to episode 9 of the Nae Bad Podcast. Hope you're all doing well this afternoon. We've actually got a third member in the room this afternoon. Your brother is as a matter of fact. So Garen,
sitting in the back.
Garen is actually sitting in the background just monitoring the cameras so that I don't have to get up off my seat and go and start looking.
I think he's doing a little more than just monitoring the cameras. Like, he's looking pretty good over there.
He is.
Yeah.
You're looking well, I will say.
He's smelling good. I know that.
Yeah. Say hello.
Hello. I thought I was going to be on camera, so I made sure to smell and look good.
Yeah, we want to smell good for the camera, for the visual and the audio listeners.
You didn't tell him he wasn't going to be on camera?
No, I just asked him if he wanted to come up, but to be fair, we only have 3 mics. One day we'll have 3 mics. We only have 2 at the moment. Yeah, well, how have you been?
Man, I've been good. If you remember, we tried to do this last week.
Yeah, and we did. We heard some rather unfortunate news halfway through, obviously. Yeah. There was some certain political affairs occurred during the middle of last week, so we found out about halfway through, then had to just call it off at the very end, just out of respect. But yeah,
it was funny because I listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, and I noticed that he was interviewing Charlie Sheen, and at the exact same time that we were recording here, Joe Rogan and Charlie Sheen were somewhere recording in Austin. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But they did go ahead and publish that episode, and we I don't know if you remember some of our commentary in that episode. Like, we, without knowing anything, early in the episode, we were talking a lot about assassinations for some reason.
Yeah, political shit.
It was crazy.
That has going on.
And so, I don't blame you, man. And
yeah,
good call.
It was the call merely just, out of respect for, what had happened and stuff like that, just to call it off and to re-record the episode just because, there were some insensitive, topics that had come up within that, and it was just, just didn't feel right.
Absolutely. No, we here at the Nae Bad Podcast, we're not
politically inclined in any way. We try to keep politics out of the podcast as much as possible, albeit we'll make some satire comments here and there, but by no means am I going to go out there and, start publicizing mine or your political views in a space where people are coming to listen to something that'll be a bit more enjoyable to listen to. Come and escape the horse shit that's going on in the world. Because the thing is, like, I was even saying to my wife, it's like, what next? It's like, there's some guy has been shot dead, obviously tragically, but it's like, it's gotten to the point now where it's just one thing after the other, week by week, and it's like, on to the next one, know?
And that's what we discuss here, right? On the Nae Bad Podcast, the difference in our cultures. And so, we've talked a lot about the difference in Scotland and America with the whole gun situation. And have you talked to any of your pals over there about, this incident? And I know Europe had a big thing happening in London, but I mean, I know the reach is worldwide. Anything that is on the internet is hugely viral. The reach is worldwide, not just, isolated to America. But again, we're looking at this country that has, one of the biggest, largest human access to firearms in the world. Mm-hmm. And coming from a country and a nation where you can barely buy a Red Bull without being ID'd. I mean, what's the take?
What
on just this situation in the firearms? Like,
the situation.
I mean, how does a sniper, or a young man who's pretending to be a sniper get on a building in a situation? I don't want to conjecture, but how about your pals reacting to this?
I mean, without again bringing politics into it, I mean,
sure.
How can you not react to it?
Yeah,
it's like one of the biggest events that's happened in the United States, in recent years, probably, albeit you had the Donald Trump, attempted assassination. The guy didn't get away with it. Trump was shot. It had a little bit of a ripple that kind of, seeped out into social media and stuff, and it did create a little bit of tension.
Yeah.
But, this guy, he is now, he's dead. And not to mention as well that what has happened with that is that it was not only did he die so violently and abruptly, he did it in a public place where you're supposed to feel safe.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he also it was caught on camera.
Yeah.
So now the whole world has been able to see this event that's happening, and it's just. I'm struggling to create an opinion on it because I don't feel as though that.
No, it's hard.
You can't have any other opinion on this other than this should not have happened. And if you do have another opinion on it at the same time, like I've had a bit of a, week or so. Everybody's had a week to kind of come together and form an opinion. And my opinion that's been formed is you can't have an opinion other than this should not have happened.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Full stop. But
I mean, that's why we're here, right? We're on social media, and we are on a platform where we get to talk to, whoever will listen to us about the things we're saying, and everything we say is either our opinion or it's, from our own life experience. We've talked a lot about, military and my background and your background with, country politics and stuff, which, I think our listeners find interesting, right? So, I mean, I think that's why they're coming and checking us out, not to mention that we're just handsome and hilarious.
Speak for yourself. Yeah, no, I mean, albeit, I'm not going to go into it at all, really. Is this, like I said at the bit before this isn't the place to go into it. It's not a place that I want to go into it. And, it's just, is what it is.
Well, then how about tomorrow? I will be taking off early, like 4:30, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm heading up to the Ozark Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow morning is opening day of black bear season here in Arkansas.
Yeah.
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 And I've got a black bear on camera
Yeah.
that has been coming to my bait.
Wandering around.
And no, he's not wandering. He or she lives there and has found my corn and comes in every day, about twice a day, to enjoy a feast of persimmon flavored corn.
Yeah.
And my hope is that I go get in a tree tomorrow morning and harvest another black bear.
And pick off a black bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there is nothing more ironic than moving on from an assassination of a political figure straight into the fucking, picking off a bear.
Yeah.
I don't agree with somebody standing on a roof, but I'm going to go and stand in a tree and I'm going to fucking offload a round into the back of a bear's head.
So the difference there is conservation, okay? So my political opinion about hunting, right, and sportsmanship is based in a conservative.
Can you see the irony?
Or
in this?
I'm sorry, not.
Can you hear the irony?
Conservation, right? All right. It's a natural resource versus humans.
Yeah, I mean, no, I know
some
I'm not
people don't
condoning
believe.
what happened to the poor guy in Utah, but you're like, yeah, we really disagree with it. I tell you what, they'll take your mind off of it. Is let's go and shoot a fucking bear in the back of the head.
No, I wasn't suggesting we take our minds off of Charlie Kirk. I just meant that we pivot our narrative right now
into shooting other species. Anyway, moving on. I tell you what, I went to go and I went to the movies the other day and I saw the new Superman film. I know that's a hard one, and we were talking about it the other day because you went to see it, didn't you? And well, actually, no, I didn't go and see it in the movies. I watched it in the house because I bought it on Amazon. I wanted to go to the movies to go and see it, but I did. I saw it in the house. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you not see the political backlash of that? Of certain people were complaining that it's super woke. It was called because they couldn't believe that it was about an immigrant alien that was trying to find refuge on Earth.
Yeah.
It's like it's about a guy who's come from another planet coming to Earth, and now it's super woke.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that when Christopher Reeves was kicked off a fucking horse?
I don't know.
No, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I must say, as an immigrant in the United States, if we're going to bring immigration into Superman, then I've never related so much to a fucking superhuman in all my life. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I've seen your little outfit.
What, my little fucking...
Your little Superman outfit.
That's not a Superman outfit. I just wear red underpants around the house in my own personal time. You know?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, what did we get up to this week? Because as far as I'm aware, like, I'm pretty sure I need to be referring to you as, and this is non-sexual, but you're Sir Daniel now, you know?
Oh, my God.
Sir,
yes.
Sir Daniel.
Yes. Let's bring that up. You know, there's a few occasions in my life
Sir comes a lot.
where I get to really nerd out, and my family and I and you went to the Arkansas Renaissance Festival.
Aye, we did.
And we had a fantastic time. First time I've ever been to Mount Vernon, Arkansas. So thank you, Mount Vernon, for your hospitality. We really
thanks
appreciate
actually to the whole Arkansas Renaissance Festival or whoever it is that actually put that event together.
It's fantastic.
Because it really was. It was fucking excellent.
I was sad that I didn't have the dress. Like
I was pleasantly surprised, I will say.
I
went full
jealous.
Kilted out.
Yeah, it was
awesome. Which in hindsight was a really poor fucking idea to do that, because it was like 100-degree heat and it was so humid.
We could see some of those folks that were probably regretting
like
their choice.
Did we not? Did Sarah, your wife, not calculate that we'd walked around 6 or 7 miles?
It was 7 miles
the whole day.
Yeah, in like a 15-acre square piece of property. But man, it was. Look,
have you got your knighthood certificate?
No,
Did you not bring it?
I didn't bring it. No.
Fuck.
So funny though, right? So we get there pretty quick, and we had gone to a couple booths, and I found like this kind of like small quest, right? You find these dragon coins, and you turn them in for like a dragon head at the end of the day. Well, I went to the information booth, and I realized not only is there this dragon quest, but there's also a queen's quest to be knighted, and a Viking quest to become a Viking warrior. So I'd grab both, and my children grabbed the junior version of the Queen's Quest for being knighted. And we did. We had a knighting ceremony, the only time I will ever be knighted in my life, and I will keep that title. Yes, I am now Sir Daniel.
You are now Sir Daniel, yeah. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was ironically Scottish, I would say.
The theme of the weekend was kilts and claymores.
Kilts and claymores, yeah.
So that's why you got invited.
Well, there needed
that's
to
the
be
only reason.
there.
Next weekend you can't go.
Well, me and Isabel were actually. Oh no, Isabel's working. I had mentioned because I'm pretty sure it's on every weekend for the next what?
A couple months.
A couple months or whatnot. But no, I mean there was the remember the troll from Essex.
She
was really good, wasn't she? Because like
full on troll.
Full troll.
I couldn't tell what her skin color was. I couldn't tell. I mean, it was full costume and then makeup under the costume.
I can tell she was role playing of someone from Essex in London.
Cool.
Essex is a district just outside London, I believe. And she sounded like. The accent went really, really well.
Dude, what about the Knights of Mayhem? The jousting.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was real.
That was gnarly.
That was real jousting.
Yeah.
That wasn't a put-on thing. Like, so if you are in Arkansas and you've traveled up and down the interstate and you've seen the Knights of Mayhem marquee on the interstate, you know, this is a professional company that travels the Renfest circuit, and they put on this live jousting. And it was pretty daggum cool.
It was.
I love it.
It was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, albeit that we walked around for... I mean, you're a boy for fucking disappearing, though. I mean, I stood there and was looking at the kilts for like 3 minutes and had a brief conversation with a boy, and you went on your own fucking quest.
Yeah.
You were gone.
I was questing.
I was wandering around, and I could see you across one of the streams in the distance, and by the time... So I crossed a bridge, got here... walked along, saw you here, and there was a bridge here, and by the time I crossed the bridge, I might as well have just fucking gone back over the bridge that I was already on.
For sure.
You were walking at a
I was
pace.
unmedicated this weekend too. It was my medication break, so you know, the ADD was in full force.
The ADD was like absolutely ripping.
And I was
through
questing, dude. Like, I've never gotten to quest in real life. Nah. Like, that was fun.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean,
I had a blast.
I went off and went back to the car, and I got my kilt. I put it on, and you and your boys were already in like full quest modes,
all in,
walking around trying to find all the stuff. It was really, really good.
Easily could have spent $1,000 on.
can
on
see
costumes
how
and
people,
stuff.
but I can see how there were people that were there that spent
dude.
a fortune
Yeah.
on
Not
stuff.
the vendor people. Like there were people that were just there for the festival. Now, these people are festeurs, right? So they do this. They follow this circuit, and they have like they have $1,000 worth of clothing on them because everything we saw was beautiful. The armor, the leather work, like the cloth.
It was
this
all
stuff was
handmade
not
as well,
Temu,
which was really
right?
cool.
It was not
As far as you're aware.
It was as far as I'm aware, but it was gorgeous stuff, handmade as far as I'm aware. They wanted $100 for that beer stein. I really wanted that beer stein.
And the one thing that did make me laugh.
I was like, I could buy this on Temu.
So I was speaking to the boy about the kilts, and I said to him, I says, are these like authentic?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, they're 100% authentic. And I said, where were they made? And he was like, oh, they were actually manufactured in Pakistan by a boy that was out there. Apparently there were kilt makers out in Pakistan, and then when everybody left the war zone, this guy acquired the kilt making machines and made these kilts. And I said to him, I was like, okay, so they're not authentic.
Yeah.
They're Pakistani made.
Yeah.
You know, like my Nike shoes are probably made in Pakistan.
Bangladesh,
but they're not
actually.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
So
You know what's funny? I pretty much on a kilt and claymore weekend,
Aye.
I'm certain you were the only Scottishman there. And
I can see why that would be.
And on a Sunday when it was family day and it seemed to be a lot less people, you became kind of a hit there. The bagpipers, the bagpiper, and then even the kilt tent guy, like, you know, they were like, oh, somehow word spread very quickly that there was a real Scotsman in the Renfest. And when you would walk by someone that you didn't know, they'd be like, oh, you're the Scottish.
You're actually Scottish?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I was talking to you. I was talking to you at that one guy's tent about the clans, and he came out. You know, he's hard of hearing. And I was like, you got to talk in his ear because he wasn't understanding. But then you guys hit it off. He's like, oh, you're from Scotland.
Yeah, you're actually from Scotland. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm from there.
That place on your map right there.
On your map that's there. Yeah, the piper took an interest in me as well. I mean, he walked past me, and I was sat down at this point, and he walked past, and I make eye contact with him, and he's in full, like, you know, kilt attire. And as he walks past me, he goes, I'm going to speak in a bloody British accent. I meant I. And I went, aye, mate. I says, that's actually really, it's quite accurate, that. And he goes, oh, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
You're actually from Scotland? And I was like, yeah. And he kind of like immediately fucking developed a hard-on for me instantly, didn't he? He would just like walk, like we went and saw the kilt event, and him playing the pipes.
Which was awesome.
Which was awesome.
He did really
good. And but albeit like there was 5, 6, 7 people that were sat there, and he was like, everybody, we got a Scotsman here. Yeah. This is Ryan. And I was just like, hi. Yep. You know, and he was impressed. I had a fairly decent conversation with him afterwards and talking about pipes and drums and stuff, because I used to play snare drum pipe band when I was 10 or 11. Round about that age, 10, 11, 12, and then obviously Fergus, I'm in toll with Fergus, and I'm aware of the
I mean, when you're buddies with a world champion, it's hard. It's hard to hear anything else, man.
To not, you know, but
I think you're pretty biased at this point.
Pretty, you know, struggling to not be a part of the pipe band scene. But no, I was speaking to him a little bit about Fergus, and I've spoken to him here and there about how Fergus was, you know, a good friend of mine. And that he was, you know, part of the, you know, the bigger pipe band scene that was out there. Mm. You know, so, yeah, no, it was good to go out there and actually hang out and see the whole thing.
No, it was fun. Kids enjoyed it. I mean, that was really what we wanted to go. One of my boys, he's very into swords and you know, that kind of stuff, ancient warfare, and so I knew that for him, he took after me with that regard. And I've never been to Renaissance Festival. I always wanted to go, and so glad that the boys all had a blast. I mean, you know,
they did. It was really cool to actually see the boys having fun as well, because you know, obviously, like one or two of your boys are starting to get a little bit older,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot harder, I can imagine, to try and entertain them as they start to become, you know, more mature.
Well, what we talk about too is just the life experience and exposure. You know, I want my kids to be exposed to all kinds of fun things, right? And they don't even have to be fun. I want them to go through hard stuff too. You know, we talked about that. Like, I think the more experience that children have in these years right now while their brains are developing, the better, you know, humans I can hope them to come out to be. So
No, 100%.
But yeah, all that kind of culture and travel, we try to travel as much as we can, but it's just all about well-rounded teenage children.
Yeah, trying to get them in the right mindset as well. I mean, it was funny at one point because you had to lecture your son because one of the guys had offered to give him a handshake, and who's it your youngest
Oh,
is?
yeah, Cade.
And he just kind of went
Yeah.
and like dapped the boy up,
Yeah.
and you straight away, you were like, when a man asks you to shake your hand, you do not give them a limp-wristed high five. And he was like, but why?
Yeah.
But why do I not do that? Like, this is what kids
Cade.
do. Like some guy who's in character as a Renaissance character, and there's a young kid comes and just fucking daps him up.
Yeah.
Like, you could see that he was even like...
That's just, but you know, too, that's Cade. Like, if I'd have had either of the other two boys, they would have stuck out their hand.
It was really funny though.
But Cade, no, man, you know,
it was funny to see this like guy in character kind of lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
When this young kid starts like fucking giving him all this like modern up shit. Yeah. You know.
How funny. So I was.
Saya's got drip, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Saya's on point with the dap. No. It was really quite funny.
Well, so I got home and I was asking Sarah, I was like, so what'd you think about like watching me in this atmosphere? You know, she's like, I could tell you're having a good time. I was like, but did you know like how into it I was? And she was like, well, what do you mean? I said, did you hear me at the Queen's knighting ceremony? And she was like,
you got really into
She was like, no, what'd you say? Which, you know, it would have been so much better if I'd have had on a knight's outfit, right? But here I am in the Nae Bad Podcast t-shirt, my Bear Grease
sweating
camouflage
your
hat.
fucking hole off at the same time.
And I walk up to the Queen to get knighted, and I put my hand on my chest and I said, my Queen. And I took my knee, and that's when I was knighted. And then you saw me firsthand at the tent where I was gonna fight the knight, right? And we were going through the salute and all the proper cadence with that lieutenant.
Do you not remember the guy that was packing that absolute fucking heater of a fucking cock?
Let's talk about that, dude.
Bro.
Okay.
You have my God. We went up to the thing, right? And this guy's obviously wearing I
call it a cock piece.
Well, it's called a jock strap.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
which is essentially the same thing. This boy was in like tight.
They were
spandex.
They were spandex.
Freaking
leggings.
Leggings. The piece that this boy was packing.
What the pants
was grounds for law enforcement to be at the fucking Knighthood.
So the pants in the front, they had this extra sewn area.
It
right?
was unreal.
So it wasn't like the pants, you know, on regular leggings come up flat. No, there was a sewn in bulgy area, right? Well, at first, I really did think that it was. I knew it was a cock piece.
I wasn't sure.
This is what Superman and Batman wear in their costumes, right? You know, so in their outfits, you got a giant cock piece down there, right? So that's what I thought. But then, as he's walking up the stairs, like we were at the jousting. I elbow you, and his junk's like flapping. I was like, dude, he doesn't have like a thing. He has to have
a knot tied in that thing.
You know what I mean? Like this became something that
unreal,
we really had to get to the bottom of.
I loved as well how.
And he's just walking with the Queen with his dick
with this
flopping,
big
dude.
fucking like forearm stuffed inside his leggings
Then
at a children's family event.
That's what I'm saying.
With these huge fucking like glasses on as well that were like huge goggles. And he's walking around trying to act serious. You can imagine like in character.
Oh yeah, in character.
In character. With this,
I've never seen a knight look like that. Come on.
I've seen some knights with weapons like that, though. The guy had this proper fucking eggplant aubergine root stuffed in his leggings. Yeah, and you were doing your knighthood kneeled down with this thing.
Yeah, his
eye level.
His cock was eye level. I could have got up and put my hand and batted it around like a little cat.
Like a little fucking pinata. Yeah. I wouldn't have done that because it might started like.
I was in front of the queen. I couldn't do that.
That was that was fucking the queen serpent right there, right in your face.
And I kept looking around like, did she pick these knights or did they just like have a bottom of the barrel who can walk around with the queen, right? Was that thought about beforehand, or I know they didn't go through any ceremony.
You would have thought that they would have done like a fucking costume rehearsal, and somebody at the board would probably be like, "Bro, you've got to do something about that."
But I'm almost certain too that he was the knight that you fight.
Yeah, he was. That's
at the fighting pit.
No, that was.
So can you imagine him flailing about in front of anyone? That would it's just a distraction at that point.
Honest
you
to
know
God,
what I mean?
man.
That's
honest.
the biggest weapon.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
100%. It was his last resort. Yeah. Like if his arms and legs have been taken off, he's just busting out the fucking tentacle to take on whoever's fighting. It was so unreal and unnerving slightly.
I mean,
I started walking around with my fucking shoulders back. Like, bro, I've got to do something here. Like, I am the only Scottish boy in a kilt here, and this boy's fucking piece is taking the fucking trophy home for the most outlandish thing at this event. And it was a child's event.
What do you think when he was putting that costume on? You think, oh man,
I think he was probably like trying to stuff a fucking
this looks good
butter into a child's sock. Just fucking like ram this thing down. He was probably like rolled it up as well and stuffed that in there. It was horrific. It was really rough. Fucking.
And once you saw it, you couldn't stop.
You couldn't stop.
No.
I was like, the queen was there, and there was all these entertainers and stuff like that, and I was like, get this boy on stage, because he's got the fucking winning prize. 100%. Yeah. He's in the wrong industry.
Yeah.
He needs to be role playing in front of a camera for the fucking hub.
No doubt.
Like, get him in front of it. Can you imagine, like?
Way too many young girls going up and getting knighted with him standing right next to him.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That would just imagine the role play that he would play. Yeah. Just like, doth sire have a sword? Yeah. Sire does have a sword, and brings it out.
Who knows? Maybe he does. I mean, if you're listening to this, sir, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
And your budgie smugglers. That's for sure. But man, that was unreal.
It's cool,
but really was.
So I will ask.
Do you think he pulled that out of Arthur's stone?
Oh, probably. I'm just gonna ask you to refer to me as Sir Daniel from now on.
Sir Daniel.
Yeah. If you don't care.
Who kneeled down in front of Sir Cox a lot?
Yeah, I did.
Sir Big Baws.
One of my. How is it one of my most proudest moments, and at the same time, embarrassing?
The most
villainous.
Villainous.
Yeah. It was total villain. Like he did that on purpose.
100%.
He did that on purpose.
100%. He probably looks at himself in the mirror and probably thinks, "Fuck, yes.
Yeah. I got it going on.
I'm the Queen's man.
Nobody
gets through me."
That was good fun.
It was.
Very good time.
It's really fun. And do you not remember that you were playing chess as well and that girl tripped over?
No.
Do you not remember that? And she fell over, and obviously there's nothing.
I was playing 9-man Morris.
There's nothing. Yeah, you were, and there's nothing like the general public as well when somebody.
Oh, this
over.
was your paramedic thing.
Well, it wasn't. I wasn't doing my medic thing. There was a girl had fallen over, and she was big girl. I'll say.
Yeah.
And
this was a little uncalled for.
It was a totally uncalled for. She fell over, and straight away somebody that's there was like screaming at the top of their voice. They're like, "Medic! Medic!" And I was just like, "All right."
You had your aid bag. You came prepared.
Well, I go everywhere. With,
right. You had your aid bag
with something on me.
Yeah.
You know, and I go running over there to try and like see. Well, I didn't run as such. I had a brisk walk about me. And I got there.
Why were you brisk walking? Did you kind of already feel
knew there was
like
fuck all wrong with
this
the girl.
was so you were just like
she was like a beetle on her back. She was rolling around with her legs in the air. I could see from a distance that she was alert and oriented.
Yeah. So you're just like, I'm just gonna go over and. But
before I even got there was there's. I tell you, if you ever go to a scene, the one thing that nurses love to do is tell people that they're a fucking nurse. Like if you go somewhere, it's like, I'm a nurse, I'll help. And it's like,
there a doctor in the house?
Yeah,
I'm a doctor.
I'm a nurse. It's just like one of these situations where it's like, it was totally uncalled for and over dramatized. The girl's fallen over. She's hurt herself ever so slightly. She's bumped and scratched. And as soon as I heard this girl in full like fucking medieval gimp attire where it's just like, I'm a nurse. And I was like, right, I'm just gonna make a complete 180 and walk back here because I'm not gonna fucking turn around in the end and be like, I'm an EMT. Now you've got like the holy trinity of fuckers that are trying to get involved in your business. How about the goat man that was in the middle of the maze that you walked up to him and he's like, hey, just tell me the answer to the riddle. And you're like, oh my God, you could, say something in goat man voice, like give it a little bit of effort, right? Yeah. He lost character.
He's like, hey, you got a bottle of booze in your pocket.
You could see that he was losing his like.
He'd been standing there for hours,
all day. He was wearing this like full on. It must have been nearly 100 degrees out there. It was really, really.
What's the little goat boy in Narnia? No, not Narnia. It's the other one. Percy Jackson. The hooves. Yeah. Like, Rover. Yeah. What's that animal? That beast?
No, not a fawn.
Is it a centaur?
A
satyr.
A satyr.
I think it's a satyr. Yeah. This guy was a satyr.
Yeah.
Standing in the middle of this stupid maze that we got out of
in blistering heat with this like full on like Rob Zombie fucking hairdo. Mask on, dripping with sweat. Yeah. There was a puddle round the fucker. Like he was just sweating, and he just didn't care when we went up. We'd solved the riddle, and we went up, and the young child that went before him was like, so what is the riddle? And then we turned up, and he's like, what is it? Just tell me.
Just tell me.
He lost all fucking interest at that point. But I paid $30 to get in there. I won.
How much?
$30.
No. Did you say 30?
30.
No. We paid $3 to get in the maze.
No, I mean to get into the event.
Yeah. Sorry,
in the event. Yeah.
No, but we paid to get into the maze too.
Yeah, which pissed me off a little bit because I paid $30, but then to do the archery was $5. To do the axe throwing was $3.
Fight a night was $5.
Fight a night was $5. Yeah. You know, I was wanting more than that to play around with his fucking sword.
Everything. The only thing that was free was the joust.
And
the questing.
Yeah, it was. It was still good though, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks,
guys,
Renfest. That was
to
cool.
The Arkansas Renaissance
I tell you,
it was excellent. It was really
my
good.
favorite part was probably the Jarl. So I have the sweet spot with the Jarl.
The Jarl was
from Skyrim, and so I'm immediately like keying in, and I go up there to the Viking village and finish my quest for the Viking warrior. And I walked up to the Jarl's door and I said, "Good Jarl," and he kind of groaning. I said, "May I approach?" It's total nerd, man. And so
in character.
I had my tokens, all my little tokens to turn in from the quest, and then he comes out at the top balcony of the A-frame.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was
I wasn't
cool.
with you at that point.
No.
I was with the Piper, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck.
And he comes out on the balcony and in full character, and he does the Viking warrior oath, and that was cool. And I was standing next to this dude that I'd met sitting on the bench out in front of the Jarl's house, and he was in full battle rattle, Renfest veteran, and just looking like a stud. He had little beaded braids, in his beard. Yeah,
That's cool.
And I was like, you look so cool, dude. And then I'm standing next. Then I'm standing next to him, and we're taking the Viking warrior oath, and he's like, oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, my Bear Grease hat and my Nae Bad Podcast T-shirt. So. Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know. Nerd. Big nerd. What we used to do when we were teenagers here in town, I had a group of buddies, and we would we made swords out of PVC pipe, and we wrapped them in duct tape and maybe some foam, and then we made armor out of cardboard, and we just wrapped it in duct tape. Mm-hmm. So full on night battling stuff. That we went out into a field. There's like 20 of us. We went out to a field and played capture the flag and just basically kicked the shit out of each other with like swords
PVC
and armor.
pipe.
Yeah, dude. It was cool. It was cool. So one of my buddies is still heavily into it as an adult, and I talked to him a few times.
Running around a field with PVC pipe?
No, he's upgraded. Real swords, real armor.
Swords.
I get to nerd out with him occasionally and talk a big shout out, Officer Taylor, my buddy from high school, Aaron Taylor.
Officer Taylor.
Yeah.
So is he a cop now? Did you say?
Yeah. He's an SRO with the school district here. So
damn.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, it was good fun. We really did. Cameras okay? Are they? Fuck, first time ever.
He reset them.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, it was really good fun. I did have a really good time at the Renaissance Festival, and it's something that I would probably go back to again.
Yeah.
Are you going back next weekend?
I think so. I think this weekend is Pirates, and then I've got my costume on Temu, putting together some pieces. I'm hoping, kind of like the.
You're hoping to get it by Sunday?
Probably not.
From China?
No, probably not.
China. You're hoping to get it by then?
No, but if I do get it, then we've got 2 months, till we got to go back to another one.
Brother,
so
I'll tell you, have you seen? I found this video the other day.
I want to look so cool in that.
Yeah.
I know I will too.
Have you seen this video of this fucking the Missouri State Trooper stuns after lifting giant bale of hay off of the highway? This is unreal. Look at this. Look at this, brother. Lifting this freaking bale of hay. Look at that. How heavy is one of them?
I was just about to Google that.
Look at this motherfucker! Lifting that bale of hay off the road. It's a full-on round bale of hay.
Officer, special attention, Boone County. Driving at 4 minutes
Just
ago,
lifted that.
Between this is a big discrepancy. It's between 600 and 1,600 pounds.
Oh my fucking god!
Between 600. That one looked more around the 1,000-pound bale.
1,000 pounds, and he's just stood there and lifted this thing off the road.
Yeah.
That's unreal. I'd get in the back of his car.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
I'd let him arrest me.
I just want him to take me home.
Take me home.
Yeah.
Country roads.
That's right.
Lift the hay off the roads.
Oh, man. You know what, dude? You got me
State
on.
Trooper.
I can't remember now if this was on our last episode that didn't air or not, but you have got me turned on to Stephen Wilson Jr.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about Stephen Wilson Jr. And
what an incredible artist, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was listening to him this morning, and I've actually been learning 1 or 2 different songs of his on the guitar.
Nice.
Oh, man. Have you heard of this Stephen Wilson Jr.? Have you not? It's not really in your forte of music.
I wouldn't say he came out of nowhere. I think he's been like, doing his own independent thing for a while.
Well,
but now he's CMA, up for CMA new artist of the year.
Which is unreal. I mean, like I was saying to you the other day. So this Stephen Wilson Jr. guy is like unreal in terms of his lyrics that he's writing. Not only that, but him as a musician on the guitar is just fucking unreal.
Yeah.
The music that he's playing and the way he's playing it is so unbelievably raw and rich. The way that his voice, the way that he plays the guitar is like so unbelievably aggressive, but at the same time, just like he's just fucking. Man, I can't even put into words. Like I listened to when I was on the train on the way back from Nairn to my dad's, I listened to his album Father Son, and I've never listened to an album front to back and been so captivated from start to finish. It was just unbelievable. The way that he writes his lyrics, the way that he plays the guitar, like I'm saying, is just like, it's the first time that I've heard new music and been just like totally 100% just like in love with it.
I was playing it for my Cade, my son, my youngest son, the limp wrist at the Ren Fest. I was playing it for him, sort of playing it for him. We were just coming back from the cabin up in the mountains, and I was playing it. Felt it was appropriate, it was evening time, and we got done with one of the songs. It was Kid, and we just finished, and out of nowhere, he's over there playing his Switch, his Nintendo Switch, but he was listening the whole time. He's like, I really like that song. And I was like, did you really? He was like, yeah, I really like that one. And I was like, that's cool. And I didn't realize the name of it till I looked, and it said Kid, and I was like, So he kids are paying attention when you don't think they are, but
100%. Kids are unbelievable.
But my 10-year-old loves Stephen Wilson Jr. now. So
what's the awesome lyric? There's a lyric that's in Kid. Let me just find it here. Is unreal, the lyric that's in this song that just had me just. It's just so good. The way that he forms lyrics to create a story in a musical way is unbelievable. It's where is it? It's this line here. Growing up fast like your mama did, teenage baby had a baby. All them dreams turn into maybe. Maybe's now a healthy never. Forever young ain't young forever. Ain't that the truth about the truth? We'll put our world of hurt on you. A broomstick poke in the bike spokes. The joke's on you. Who are you trying to kid? That lyric there, that line, maybe's now a healthy never, is just like, when I heard that, I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good because it's so true, because people that reply to you saying, yeah, maybe, they're never going to do it.
Yeah.
They will never do it.
Yeah.
And that phrase, maybe, has genuinely turned into the brand new word for I'm just never going to do it.
Yeah.
And like just that whole verse is just fucking unreal. Forever young ain't young forever. And it's just like the whole way that he structured this song. Grow up fast like your mama did. Teenage baby had a baby.
Yeah.
All them dreams turn into maybe. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know what song it was. There's another one where, so you said, I was listening to this song, and he's saying things about his teenage years. And he's making these comments about these things that he did in his teenage years in high school. And I was like, I did those. And then it was like, oh, you said he was born in 81.
Is it Time to Be Alive 1994?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my 94.
Yeah.
That was the exact same 94 I had.
Yeah.
It was
it's
so
the line in that
fantastic.
Where he's saying that he's lying on the floor listening to the music.
Listening to Nirvana.
Yeah. And it's just this like whole origin story. Yeah. Like every kid, no matter what, I think even now, children, like you, I'm sure you at some point in your life have just been sat in a car or laid there doing absolutely fucking hee-haw, but listening to a song. And like that song is just like so influential to the rest of you.
Mm-hmm.
To the rest of you. Honestly, man, Steven Wilson Jr., one of, if not the greatest artist I have ever heard in my entire life.
No, that's cool. That's good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And just the way his lyrics make me feel, and the way he has structured that whole album around the loss of his father, and it's essentially him finding peace in this kind of grief that he has. Because again, the song that he sings is what's it? Grief is love. What's the song again? Steven Wilson Jr.
And then even with his catchy ones, they're so deep, right? So Patches is kind of catchy. Like, it's fun to sing Patches, and but it's about, like, being broke. Cause
100%.
And down and out, you know. But it's such a neatly written song. I love it.
What is it? That song there, "Grief is only love," and the lyric that he says there is, "Grief is only love that has got no place to go." And it's true, because, like, that is exactly what that is. Grief if you are experiencing so much grief from losing someone close to you, that is because you loved that person so much, and it has nowhere to go because you can't give it to them, right? So yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. Hey, it's just unbelievable. Steven Wilson Jr., obviously you're probably not going to see this. Big shout out. You need to win that award, bro.
You
need to win that award, because for the first time in a fucking really long time, I feel like music is finally coming back into raw, true written, emotional music instead of this, like, manufactured fucking bullshit that is produced for the mass amounts of people. 100%.
A lot of we have access to more artists now, right? So you're not just being fed what the commercial industry is feeding you. You can go to YouTube and find new artists if you want. I found I'm going to talk about another influential artist in my life is Teddy Swims. And if you haven't heard Teddy Swims,
I've heard of Teddy Swims, but I've not really kind of, like, had a lot of exposure to his stuff.
He's just now hitting it big, but he has three albums of original music out, right? So he got very famous during COVID for covers, and he would he had recorded original music in that time frame, but he was getting noticed because of his covers. Well, when I started to gravitate towards him and really listen to him after we came back from COVID, I was like, dude, this dude's awesome. And I don't listen to this kind of music normally, right? But then I noticed he's all over the place with genre. It's one of those chameleon artists that can do everything, right? Bet on Fire, Lose Control, someone that you used to love. Like, this was really impactful for me, this artist, Teddy Swims. And so I went to see him in Memphis, the only show that I could find that was close enough. So my wife and she was getting into him because of me. She may have even turned me on to him, but we go to Memphis, and dude, there may have been a couple hundred people in this venue in Memphis where he played on stage. And now he's performing for arenas, And I love, like, I think everyone loves to say that they knew this artist and listened to this artist when they were, just getting started, because we're one of the OG fans. But if you have not listened to Teddy Swims, you don't have to listen to his radio stuff. Go back and I'll even push some songs to you to check out, but they're so good.
Steven Wilson Jr. is playing in Fort Smith on October 10th.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we going to go?
October 10th and 11th.
Are we going to go?
Steven Wilson Jr., he's playing at...
I
some festival.
I think we need to go.
About the festival, Peacemaker Festival at Glance. It's on October 10th and 11th. Stephen Wilson Jr., Sam Barber.
Yeah, those festivals
William
have a
Clark
ton of people
Green.
there.
Yeah, but how much is a ticket though?
Yeah, usually
That's what I want to know.
festival about probably
pushing,
$50-$60.
Yeah, but for the Friday only, including $11 fees, is $81.24. $81.24. Oh, is Daniel's camera just died?
We've hit our hour anyway.
Oh well,
yeah.
We're gonna need to just fucking concentrate on me. $81.24 for the festival.
There you go.
For just the Friday. You can still hear Daniel. Don't need to see that fucking mug. Hi.
Hey, we just wanted to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors, River Valley Satellite. This episode is brought to you by River Valley Satellite, your Dish Premier authorized retailer right here in Russellville. Whether you're looking for a dish television or the latest outdoor products, they've got you covered. Stop by 1710 East Parkway Drive and see what they can do for you. I think we need to try to figure out. Let's look at his whole tour schedule and see if there's one that's not a festival.
He is touring quite a bit just now, I will say. He is on his father's.
I guarantee it.
He's on his father-son tour at the moment, but.
And he's.
What do you think of the new studio, by the way?
Well, every time I come in, it changes. So.
Well, I like how
this is fitting.
now.
That question is fitting because it has changed since last week, and.
It has, and I decided to kind of do it up a little bit in beforehand. I don't know. I just didn't like how it looked, but I've managed to do it up in a way that the cameras have been able to see a bit more.
How did you? We didn't. Oh, you know what? Do you want to tell the flag story because that won't air?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to tell the truck story? Was that
the truck story?
The truck on the top of the flagpole? Remember we just. I'm gonna do this because I think all your pals.
Save that for next week.
Oh my!
Because your camera's off and
we're
not gonna do that. It's just me. So.
Okay.
We've hit about 52 minutes.
Hey,
and I don't know if anybody can tell, but my fucking dog has been barking the whole way through. I don't know if you've been able to hear that through the microphone, but if you haven't, then well done on me for the fucking audio quality. Hey.
Yeah, you got your new mic, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I like it.
We got a new mic. The new Shure MX or MV7X.
MV7X.
That I got. Cool story about this. I actually had a gift card that I got for Christmas 2 years ago, and I checked the balance on it, and I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah,
it was like $250 on that gift card.
Not a cool story.
That's cool enough because we got a fucking new mic.
That's true.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed episode 9. We're gonna get out here and do something else.
All right,
See you. Bye.